Hey everybody, welcome, welcome. We'll get started here in just a couple of minutes. We're just going to wait for a few more people to join us. Make sure you're comfortable, get some water to drink. We're going to do some really fun, practical activities today. I'm super excited, so hang on just a minute or two. This one's dedicated to everybody out there living life in the present moment. You got to enjoy every second. Enjoy every second you feel. You got to enjoy every second. Enjoy every second you feel. And oh my, doesn't matter if I fall down, if I fly. Enjoy every second you feel. And keep it real, y'all. Keep it real. I'm giving thanks for every second of this life that I've been given. Every mountain that I climbed and every pitfall that I fell into. Remember me and you dancing in the living room, cooking in the kitchen, bringing music to the barbecue. So many ups and downs, but we turn the frowns around, clowning with each other till the neighbors say they're turning down. Life is like a rhythm, so enjoy it when the song is on. You never know when it could go away, cause when it's gone away. And when it's gone away. And when it's gone away. And when it's gone away. So you got to enjoy every second. Enjoy every second you feel. You got to enjoy every second. Enjoy every second you feel. And oh my, doesn't matter if I fall down, if I fly. Enjoy every second you feel. And keep it real, y'all. Keep it real. I'm always singing in the shower, and I stop to smell the flowers when I'm putting in some hours on an album full of songs for you. Roses, carnations, ganja all rolled up for you. Traveling the nations, and you bring the inspiration. Cause life is never easy, but you make it always living. Welcome, 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 everybody. So glad you're here. This is the Roar Chat for March, and I'm so excited to share with you my personal, incredible holistic health doctor, and also a wonderful, inspiring, charismatic friend, Dr. David Weinthal. And I have learned so much from him since I've known him, and I'm really excited that you get an opportunity to learn from him as well. Small group today, which is amazing because we can get personal attention. I know there are a lot of people who registered and will listen back to the recording. So welcome you all. I'm so excited that you're here. And welcome, Dr. David, my dear David friend. It's funny to call you Dr. David because for me, you're just David. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Take a couple of minutes and introduce yourself. Tell us who you are and why you're here today. And then after that, we'll jump into the big topic for the day.
Okay. Well, thank you, Sandy, so much for having me here too. I'm so excited to be here with your community and to really just share what I like to say is the love, and it comes in many facets, and especially in what we're going to talk about today, which is kind of self-care. And so near and dear to my heart is helping my patients and my friends to help overcome obstacles within their health naturally with the use of acupuncture, herbs, and different healing modalities, energy work, to help them to strive for optimum health without the use of drugs or surgery. So that's my quest. And I've been on this for, 20 something years as an acupuncturist. And prior to that, being a paramedic firefighter for 17 years, I've always been in the healing modality one way or another, helping people at their most difficult points. Most of the time I get people that come to me in my private practice, I'm the last stop, and I don't know why. Unfortunately, I should be the first stop, besides just going to your regular primary care physician. In Florida, I'm a regular primary care physician. So, I've had people use me as that, and we should have a much more unified and complementary view when we're looking at health anyways.
Yep. For sure. Well, I know every time I come and see you, I feel so much better. I feel like
Oh,
my
thank you.
health is just improving, sometimes exponentially each time. And I know you're doing incredible work with my husband. So super, super
Thank you.
grateful. And I know today we're going to do some fun and different things and very practical things that people can
Absolutely.
take away with them. So the context for our talk today is this. You and I have spoken about this a lot as we're living in a time where our nervous systems are pretty much bombarded. I mean, they have been always, but especially this past year, there's just a lot being expected of us, a lot of stress, demand, uncertainty, and all of that. And sometimes we underestimate, right, the impact that that has on our central
Hmm.
nervous system.
Hmm.
And sometimes we really don't have the tools to be able to bring our nervous system back into alignment. So I speak from experience. You go through the day either a little depressed, a little anxious, or like I do, I reach for things like sugar or caffeine to help give me the energy, the clear headedness, and the focus that I need to get through the day and be my best. But mostly, it can just be a drag because my body and my central nervous system is just not functioning optimally. So, what are your thoughts about that? Why is it our central nervous system, number one, is so important to us being effective at work and in life? And two, why do we just like kind of overlook it?
Well, I think, well, those are two important questions. Number one, I think that we're just so used to being our normal tone that what we have forgotten to do is question our own behavior. And what I mean by that is this: you need to reflect upon yourself. And I try to get my patients to see this on their first day. Why are you here to see me? Or why am I talking to you today? Is that, take note. I mean, in the morning, how are you feeling? Are you already waking up and you're dreading the day because X, Y, and Z things are happening? You got things on your plate. If you're waking up and you're already dreading the day, how much better can it get? Or from throughout the day, you start reacting to your environment because you're not questioning how you're feeling. And then by the end of the day, you're zapped all your energy because you constantly are reacting instead of proactively taking charge of the situation. By recognizing I'm feeling a certain way and changing your affect, changing how you're feeling so that you then can turn to the activity you're trying to do with a different perspective.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
this is what I teach in the very first treatment you come and see with me. And this is what I talk about the very first time. It's not about, oh, I have back pain. It's about how is that back pain affecting you every single day? Because if I can get you to recognize that, then we can have you do the work along with me. I'm here, I'm going to do a treatment on you. You got that guaranteed. But if I can get you to do some work along the way, by the next time I see you, you're proactively in charge of how that pain is manifesting, how that pain and stress is on the nervous system, that and recognizing the ebbs and flows. What is causing you to react and what is you causing you to relaxation? Okay, so questioning your thoughts, questioning the words you choose to use about yourself. Many people speak very negatively about how they feel without the context of using negative words actually makes that negative energy stay with you.
Solidifies
And
it.
so your thoughts, your words, and your actions. What are you doing? Is it enough to say, yeah, I did that, Dr. Dave, and I did it a couple of times, or did I really try and do it every single day? Like the prescription for most of the time is that 2 times a day minimum. You're doing a breathing exercise once in the morning, once in the evening, to really first part of the day you're breathing to bring chi, life force energy, this pranic energy body, and getting it enlivened. changing your whole perspective in 3 minutes. And then in the evening, you're breathing to release all of the activity, all of the stuff you've gathered, so that your body, your soul, your spiritual sleeping can be much more effective for you.
Okay,
You
so
can wake up rested even before you go to sleep.
so let's pause here because that was like this much. So let's take a poll. At the bottom of your screen, everybody, there on the right side, there's a little smiley face that says reactions. And if you would just click on the thumbs up, if you ever have the experience of waking up in the morning a little depressed, a little anxious, dreading some pain or discomfort in your body. Do any of you have that experience? Or you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh boy, yeah. Or are there any of you that wake up in the morning with that sense of, I don't know if I have the energy, the clarity, the power to get through my day, and or my body or my mind is not feeling good. And you just like whoosh, set it aside and just barge right into your day and keep powering forward. So like how many of you, thumbs up, you just ignore what's going on in your body? I'm big on that. I'm just like, I don't have time for that nonsense. I've got stuff to do. And I just don't even pay attention to my body. So David, thank you all for being so honest.
Yeah.
I'd love for you all to put in the chat here. What is the one thing that's out of balance in your body that's getting in the way of you being amazing every day? Is it an ache? Is it a pain? Is it depression? Is it anxiety? Is it fear? Is it foggy head? What is it that's sort of going on for you as a pattern that just kind of like is a new annoying nuisance, gets in your way, stops you from doing your best? And David, while people are dropping in the chat, why
Mhm.
do we just ignore that stuff and get disconnected from what's going in our body and just like set it aside and just get on with the day? Why do we do that?
Well, in my opinion, is that when we open our eyes, we think that our reality is in the outside world, whereas the aches and the pains are in the internal world. So we have this disconnect between outside and inside, meaning when we link in and we wake up, how many people, I mean, it's very common these days that immediately people pick up their phone, people pick up a tablet, they network in back into the reality of the three-dimensional world. Whereas inside, the internal part of you is the fifth dimension. This has more than five, it's fifth dimensional frequencies. So you're actually going to a deeper place when you're linking in. That's why when we do breathing or you do mantra work or you do a yoga class and you're sitting, you do that whole thing to get to that last 5 minutes of Shavasana. That part is the most important, yummiest place. And we all get up out of class, rush to go get changed and get out of the yoga studio. Well, at least we used to prior to COVID. But the thought is that we're just too busy, too many things going on.
Right?
And we are not taking that time for self-care.
Yep.
Self-care is the most important thing, and nobody else can do it for you. Um, and to me, that's the most important thing, is
Yep.
being in tune with what's happening and watching the ebbs and flow. And that's a natural process.
Yeah, so I'm just putting a takeaway here for me. Be in tune with your body. Don't ignore it. That's a big one for me. Okay, so rather than us just talk about this, let's learn from you some of your tried and true proven techniques, simple things we can do like 3, 4, 5 minutes and we jump out of bed, or for me, it's like just after lunchtime where I just crash. What can we do to reset the nervous system, bring us back to that sort of center, grounded, focused state, and feel energized and exhilarated so that whatever comes at us during the day, we're like, calm, respond wisely, don't get reactive because our central nervous system is calmed. I talk about that a lot in my programs. For those of you who know me, talk a lot about when we're reactive, it's because our central nervous system is out of whack. So this is the answer, the key to the kingdom of how to be responsive and not reactive. So, okay, first
So
exercise.
there's
What do we
two
do?
exercises I think that we should do today.
Okay.
Okay. They're very simple. And it's usually what I prescribe on the very first day. One's a breathing exercise and one's a chanting exercise. We up for that?
I am as everybody else. Just put your
Okay.
hands up. If this is too
So
weird for you, just do your best. Okay, great. I
you guys
see
are going to
a
be
couple
on
of
mute
hands.
anyways. Nobody else is going to hear you, but you'll hear me and Sandy doing it with you.
Yeah, and we're going to be on the recording, so you're
Right.
anonymous. If you're
But
concerned,
definitely practice with us because I think you'll get huge benefit and we'd love to hear what you have to say after this first exercise.
yeah,
The first and foremost thing I think that we lack with ourselves, and it's one of the really important questions after I'm listening to somebody's story, is I ask them, when was the last time you said, I love you to yourself? And
mm,
you really looked in the mirror and said, I love you to yourself. And for 99% of the people, they say never. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? And
yeah,
then there's other people that say they do it, but you know, they're kind of shy about saying it to themselves. If you can't say it to yourself, who can you really say it to? So even though you're really saying I love you to your loved ones, if you can't open your own heart to say it to yourself, how can the channel of energy come through you? You start to give from a cup that can go very empty. And so that becomes like what I call empty love. You're not being refilled. And so when we find ourselves in times of depression and we find ourselves in times of anxiety and fear, it's because we're outside of our own hearts. We're not tapping into that force that governs everything, every planet, everything that has energy is running on this universal energy of love. And so tapping into that frequency inside of ourselves so that we can actually get that taste is singing what I call the I love you song. And when you do this, okay, and we're going to do it in a minute, it's just following a tune. I love you. We're going to do that in a second. But what I want to visualize is you're going to put your hands over your heart space like this, and we'll take a couple deep breaths in. But I want you, as you're saying this, I want you to feel the vibration of I love you energy coming in. And as you're doing this, the blessings of the angels are going to come into your space. And what I mean by your space is, here, let me back, this whole area where your arms are, this auric field that's all around every single one of us, has the potential to bring a lot of light into us. But the difficulty is that we're not connected to our field outside of us. So this way of bringing I love you energy in is going to start to infuse you with this I love you energy. And then when we do the breathing exercise next, we're going to filter everything through us. So it's like 1 and 2 steps, 1 and 2. And we're going to see how each one of us, how we feel after these 2 steps. So is everyone ready to participate?
okay, it feels a little
Thumbs up?
weird. It's a little weird to me, but I'm going to do it.
No, it's not weird to you.
It
Come on.
is. No, it's a little
All
weird.
right. So we're going to be weird with your friends. All
Okay.
right. So everyone rub your hands together. Feel some energy on your palms. Close your eyes. Nobody's going to be looking at you. Bring your hands together at your heart space like prayer hands. Either way, actually, you're right. Bring them so their palms are touching each other, touching your chest. Take a deep breath in. Big open mouth exhale. Let it all go. Deep breath in. Big open mouth exhale. Let it go. One last time. Deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. And now we're going to take a deep breath in and begin, and just go along with me. I love you. 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 Keep your eyes closed. Take a deep breath in. Hold the breath. Exhale, let it go. Keep your eyes closed. Deep breath in. Retain the breath. Hold. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Keep the eyes closed. Deep breath in, last time. Hold. Exhale the breath. Keep your eyes closed. Just sit quiet for a moment. Feel what you've created. Let the breath come back to its natural rhythm. It's natural to feel really relaxed, to feel swirling energy moving through the body. Good. When you're ready, go ahead and take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. And when you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes and come on back.
I feel very different. And I have to say, if you sang that to me every morning, my days would be amazing. I'm gonna grab that piece of the recording and save that. I'd love to hear from a couple of you. If you want to take yourself off mute, just wave your hand and Lauren will take you off mute. Or if you want to drop something in the chat, how do you feel? I mean, for me, it was like a little weird, but I feel so good. So anybody, would you be willing to share? If you are, just put yourself on camera and wave or raise your hand.
I
Rocio, hi.
I feel so much more relaxed. It kind of moved me away, and I just had a busy meeting. So coming to here and doing this, it started my new this what we're doing here. It put me present into what we're doing instead of trying to multitask, as sometimes we're often do in these things. So thank you for that. We'll do the same as Sandy. I'll do that every morning.
Yeah, I want
Not
to
every
listen
morning,
to
but
that.
afternoon is just as important. We go
Yeah.
through this day.
Any time you come back from lunch and you're getting ready to do an important project, connecting with your heart is so important, to be present with what you really want to say. And whether that's verbally with somebody on a phone call or something, a project, you want to put your whole heart into it, will bring the love to the surface. And you can do this anytime. You can do this by yourself. You can do it. You know what's amazing is doing this in the car when you're driving. You could be listening to something, or you could be praising yourself and loving yourself and not thinking about any other problems you have. And all of a sudden, you will arrive at your destination and you will be the happiest person you know.
Oh my gosh, I
Am I
love
right?
that.
Because I usually call that, when you're in the car, the love bubble. You're in a love bubble. It's like your own little cocoon. And you could have the most miserable day, had the bad call, got some bad news, and you can change yourself in 1 minute.
Wow, amazing. All right, so
All right.
we have a couple more minutes.
Yep.
Exercise number 2.
Number 2 is going to take another little explanation.
Okay.
So the number 2 thing is teaching you a breath called breath of fire. Breath of fire is this breath that is so concentrated that it removes all of the negative shells in front of you. And what do I mean by shells? Limitations that somehow or another, glass ceilings, things that you have put in front of your place that are invisible but stop you every single day. I'm not good enough. That's a shell. Oh, I don't deserve it. Self-worth. These things are clear bubbles that stop you from reaching your potential. And a breath is so powerful, it breaks it free. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
So, one of the most important things is, and what you've heard about, how important the navel is. Your belly is so important. The mesenteric artery and the mesenteric nervous system around your belly button has 70,000 nerve endings.
Wow.
There's more nerve endings moving from your belly button to your brain than your brain to your belly button. So if we start belly breathing, if we start moving the energy by moving our belly, not breathing from here, then we can control 70,000 nerve endings. This is important about the nervous system. We can control the firing and rewiring of our brain by controlling the pumping action of our belly, by moving in and out, air in and out of our nose. It's almost like panting with your tongue out, like a dog would do. Let me do this. Let me swallow. So everyone pant with me with your tongue out so you can feel your belly moving. Perfect. Now we're going to do breath of fire, which is closing the mouth subtly having your tongue just touching the roof tip of your behind your teeth. There's a little area where there's ridges. Just the tip of your tongue rests there. Make the connection between the lower palate, the lower jaw, and the upper jaw is a big energetic connection. There's actually 3 chakras, that energy centers that are on the upper palate that your tongue can hit. And by doing this, this connects to the higher frequencies of the brain. Why is this so important? The pituitary gland, located in the center of your head, and just below it, third eye to the center, is the pineal gland. Pineal gland governs chemical responses into the brain, and the pituitary gland regulates hormonal changes in that are messaging to the body, all within the brain. So the more we can change our brain, the more we can change our chemistry to be in alignment with health and balance. Awesome. We're going to do this with a breath. So rub your hands together. This posture, I'm going to move back a little bit because you're putting your arms up at a 45-degree angle. You're pulling your fingers in and your thumbs are out like you're hitchhiking to the universe. Now, everyone breathe on your rate. Find your rate. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Do an open mouth exhale. One more time. Deep breath in. Big open mouth exhale. Let it go. Last time. Deep breath in. Open mouth exhale. Let it go. Close your mouth and pant in and out of your nose. Find your rhythm. Keep going. We're going to do it for about a minute. "15 more seconds. Do it hard." Good. Take a deep breath in and bring your thumbs to touch overhead. Deep breath in. Now squeeze your butt cheeks, navels, and sex organ and feel the energy come all the way up to your forehead, crown, and pituitary. Exhale the breath. Keep your arms there. Keep your eyes closed. Deep breath in. Squeeze butt cheeks, sex organs, and navel in. Feel the energy come all the way up to your forehead, crown, and pituitary, and hold. Exhale the breath. Arms and eyes closed, arms still up. Deep breath in. Squeeze butt cheeks, sex organs, and navel. Feel the energy come all the way up to your forehead, crown, and pituitary, and hold. Last time. Good. Keep your eyes closed. Lower your hands down to your thighs. Get your thumb and your forefinger together like an OK sign. And let your breath come back to a natural rhythm. Stay with your eyes closed. Stay internal. Stay in what we call the 99%. Good. Deep breath in. Open mouth exhale, let it go. When you're ready, go ahead and open your eyes.
Amazing. Okay, we have a couple more
Welcome back.
minutes. That was amazing. All right, so would love to hear from a couple of you how you feel. I have to tell you, I feel so much better. I feel like I can handle the afternoon. Anybody else who'd like to just chime in? You can take yourself off mute and share or drop something in the chat. Do you feel better? My head feels clearer. I feel more energized. I just feel clearer. That's all I can say, clearer. Anybody else have that experience? Yeah, I see Rocio nodding. Yvonne, George, yes. Wayne, yeah. Isn't that amazing? Now,
So happy you guys participated. Thank you.
amazing. So, David, I know you have lots, everybody's got a thumbs up. That's amazing. I know you have lots more ideas. One of them you told me was a cold shower first thing in the morning. Just take a minute and share that. And then in the follow-up email to you all, we'll send you a link to download a video of Dr. David sharing some of these techniques and others that you can use to
I'll tell you
reset
about it.
your nervous system. So cold shower first thing in the morning, that sounds pretty
Cold
simple to
shower
me.
anytime is very good for the nervous system. I know it sounds really crazy, but if you can get used to taking a quick cold shower and the longer you can stay in, what a shock to the system, right? Imagine what it's going to take. It's going to take such a shock for you to be disturbed off of your balance. The more you can shock your system and come back into balance, which I use the shower as a medium to do, the less stressors of everyday life cause me to go way out of balance. So that shower regularly, especially in the morning, not only wakes you up, but it gets you part of your day to the point where you've emptied your cup of stress and that you can take on a bunch of little things where you feel they're not bothering you as much as they would before. Along with what you had touched on, the video that I'm giving to you guys as a free gift is my morning practice. And you've already learned one of the exercise. This breathing exercise, breath of fire, is called ego eradicator. We put our egos in check and we get in touch with our soul body, the essence of who we are. And that's what you were feeling when you were feeling so relaxed. That's your soul is very relaxed. It's our awake body, our body that's linked into the outside world that's so disturbed all the time because we live in a world that's desensitizing us. We need to learn to sensitize to the light and not to all of the distractions that we have in our everyday awake world. And so what I've done is I've put together 3 exercises that you can do while still in bed using breath of fire techniques, laying in bed doing stretch pose, and then bringing your knees together and at your chest the best you can, do breath of fire again, and then sitting up and doing ego eradicator just on the edge of the bed. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, and then go do your cold shower. I guarantee you have the best day ever.
Amazing. I
I
love it.
guarantee it.
I love it. Hey, listen, I want to share something that I learned. You know, like in the middle here, there's like a little like dent. If
Yes.
you go down like 3 inches and you put your thumb here, there's like a very tender spot. And what I was, you can feel it. There's like a little, it's like the here, right
That's an
here.
acupuncture point.
Yeah, right. And if you rub on that and close your eyes and just slow your breathing down, it really calms the central nervous system. So this is something you can kind of use
REN 7,
surreptitiously.
it's called REN 17. It is
Okay,
the front moo point for the heart. So by
amazing.
rubbing that, you're actually helping to calm the heart, but also release toxic things that are happening on the heart.
Amazing. All right, guys. David, thank you so much. This was
Oh
so
man, it's
great.
been such a pleasure
So
being with
much
you today,
fun.
Sandy. Thank you so much. I'd love to be here again for you and your
Definitely.
community. anytime, maybe we'll come up with a little series of self-care techniques
Because I
and we'll
think,
take it to the next level.
yeah, because I think you all have teams. Yvonne, I know you have 1,000 people who work for you. Maybe it could be really fun for them and helpful to learn some of these techniques. So before you leave, if you would just drop a comment in the chat about one thing you're grateful for that you learned today, or one thing that you take away that you're going to try and do again. I'm definitely going to work on eradicating my ego. And we'll send you a follow-up email with the link to download David's free gift. So before you leave, drop something in the chat for us. And thank you so, so much for being with us today. It's been really, really fun. And just remember, you can always join us in the Raw community. Your first month is free. Go to learn.sandyash.com. And the Raw community is my online community with global leaders. So we do live webinars. You get access to all the Raw chats. There's online learning, videos, inspiration, and discussion forums. So please share that with people who you know. We'd love to build the Raw community. And thank you, David. So grateful to you all.
Thank you so
Have
much.
an amazing, amazing day. All right, friends. Let me see if I can get some music going here. There you go. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thanks for every second of this life that I've been given, every mountain that I climbed and every pitfall that I fell into. Remember me and you dancing in the